going on, Knicks fans? My name is Vigo Sports Talk, host of Vigo Talks Knicks. In today's episode, I'm going to give a preview of the Knicks versus Atlanta Hawks, Game 1 of the NBA playoffs. This is the first playoff game under the Mike Brown era. Last season, we fired Tibbs. It is now a new era for the New York Knicks, and it's a completely different team. We're more deeper. We have a more stacked team. When their name gets called up, they're going to be ready. So there are a lot of key takeaways for this matchup. You know, obviously it's a rematch from 2021 when Trae Young's on the team. And listen, Atlanta Hawks, they're clowning us. They think we're going to lose. You got to remember, 2021, that was a completely different team. Let me remind you, Alfred Payton, who is not even in the league, I guarantee you know who that is. He was our starting point guard. Derrick Rose, who's been retired for 2 years, he was on that team. Taj Gibson, he's 40 years old. He was on that team. R.J. Barrett, Emmanuel Quickley, and Julius Randle, Obi Toppin. Mitch was hurt that year, so technically, no one from that year, from that season, is on this team. Just think about that. And look at our team now. Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart, and Cat. This is going to be a really good matchup. It's not going to be easy. I'm not saying they're an easy team because almost every team going to the playoffs, they're a hard team to beat. They all got really good strengths. They're a really good team. So you shouldn't get cocky. Like I said, you got to stay humble. Like most teams, they don't stay humble, and we're going back to them. You don't want to be that guy talking all that smack just to end up losing in 5 games. They're going to look at you, go on ESPN, you're going to be the highlight ESPN if you're just cocky. We've seen it with the Pistons, so we don't want to be that team. So to win this series, if the Knicks want to be, I'm seeing this going to maybe 5 or 6 games. But if the Knicks want to win this series in the first round, here are some things the Knicks must do. One of the first things the Knicks must do is get Cat involved. He's the second option. He's getting paid $50 million. Yeah, Brunson's going to get the ball for almost every possession. But you got to remember, Cat could go out there and score 30 points and 15 rebounds at any game. And he could shoot 3. So, Mike Brown, you have to utilize him. You have to get him in the offense. Ever since he's been a Knick, he's averaged nearly 30 points, 13 rebounds, and 2 assists. And also, you're going against Onyeka Okongwu, who is not a bad player at all. I'm not saying he's a bad player. But when this matchup with Cat, when they're matched up together, they can't stop him. Especially when Cat and Mitch are both on the floor. Because you could clearly see the impact that they have. Because in terms of rebounding, when you're a team and you're winning the rebounding battle, you most likely win the game. Because especially with the offensive rebounds, it could lead to second chance points, which in the playoffs, you need any type of points. Any type. So that's going to be huge for us. So yeah, if we need to draw up plays for Cat to score in the paint, he's 7 foot. We need to draw plays where he could, get some open shots, open threes. And also, what people don't realize, they need to utilize the pick and roll with Brunson and Cat. They kept using this versus the Boston Celtics, and they had no answer. And the Atlanta Hawks are not known for solid pick and rolls. So if Mike Brown keeps drawing up this play with the pick and roll, the league is in trouble, or the Hawks are in trouble because they cannot stop that. This is the first playoff series for Jalen Johnson. He's probably the most improved player from this season. You could argue he could also be Nikhil, SGA's cousin. They're both phenomenal players, so it's gonna be a hard series. What we also need to do is guard the 3-point line. That's been an issue all season for the Knicks. No matter how bad the team is, they just keep letting up open threes. Especially for Atlanta Hawks. You got CJ McCollum, Nikhil, Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels. Don't even start on him. He can't shoot threes. And Okongwu. They have a bunch of players that can shoot threes. So for the matchups, I like to see Brunson on McCollum. He's been getting better defensively. So I think I can trust him. And then Bridges on Nikhil. And then you always want OG and Anunoby on the team's opposing best player. So keep him on Jalen Johnson. Then Josh Hart on Dyson Daniels. And then Cat on Okongwu. And honestly, this series, I know we want to get Cat involved because, honestly, this should be Cat's series. Because people are criticizing him, saying he's soft. He's not built for the play in New York. He's getting criticized by everybody. So, Cat, if you want to prove everybody wrong, this is your series. You got to prove everybody wrong. You're a true second option. And you can bring a chip to the New York Knicks. So, yeah, that's one thing I got to say about the Knicks. And also the bench, too. As of right now, aside from a starting 5, coming off the bench, we have Miles McBride as a primary backup point guard. He's a great 3-point shooter. He can guard. Jose Alvarado was the backup point guard for a little bit until McBride came back. So he may get some minutes, Alvarado, but it's going to be hard because you don't want to run a 10-man rotation in the playoffs. Usually you want to see an 8 to 9-man, but we'll see how it goes. And Jordan Clarkson, who was out of rotation for a little bit, he made his way back. He actually get better defensively. He has been shooting threes. It looks like Mike Brown wants him to go for layups, floaters instead of shooting threes. And also Landry Shamet, who's a good ball handler. He could shoot threes. He could defend. And then obviously Mitchell Robinson, the best offensive rebounder in the league. So that's all everyone come off the bench. So you may see some Diawara minutes. You may see some Sohan minutes. You never know. After watching all the Knicks games, you never knew who's going to come off the bench. It could be a random player who has to play in like 2 months. And if your name gets called up, you better make an impact, either offensively or defensively. Anyways, that's all I got to say about the Knicks matchup. I'm excited. I will be at the block party for game 1, so I hope to see everyone there. And if you're going to ask me, what are my predictions for this playoff series? Obviously, I'm going to have Jalen Brunson leading the way. He's been one of the best playoff players in the entire NBA for the last 2-3 years. He's averaging nearly 30 points a game. And Cat, yes, I understand Cat, you could say he's having a down year, but I've seen Cat play in the playoffs. With the Timberwolves, we were calling him like he's not a playoff player. We said about Julius Randle. But if you remember, last season, Cat was phenomenal. He won us that game in Detroit. He won us that game at Indiana. Even though we lost the series, if it wasn't for that game, we probably would have gone sweep. So you gotta put respect on Cat's name. Yes, there are some things he needs to improve on. Defense, of course, and fouling. Especially in the playoffs now, you cannot commit no dumb fouls. You cannot commit no dumb fouls. We're gonna need you out there. We're gonna need you for all 48 minutes. Well, you're not gonna play 48 minutes, but you know what I mean. We're gonna need you out there. So no silly fouls. We need you to go out there, score 25 points, 30 points, in any type of way. Because yeah, Brunson he's gonna get the ball almost every possession. But when the Knicks win, every time the Knicks win a playoff game, it's gonna go to Brunson, but it's also gonna go to you, Cat. Because you're a Brunson sidekick. You're the second option. And then the third option. It could be anybody. It could literally be anybody. One night it could be Josh Hart. It could be OG Anunoby. It could be Mikal Bridges. It could even be a person coming off the bench. Because when you play in MSG, there's some different type of energy. The energy, the crowd, the playoff atmosphere is hard to play in MSG. So I'm excited to see these Knicks play. And to all the people down in the Knicks, to all the people talking smack about the Knicks, saying we're not built for the playoffs, we have to deal with this every single year. Every single year for the past 4 years. I don't know what do we do to prove that we're a playoff team. What do we have to prove? Versus the Cavaliers, they had us losing. What do we do? Beat them 5 games. They had us losing the 76ers. What did we do? Beat the Sixers and the Pistons. And nobody has, actually, maybe some people has winning, but a lot of people kept downing us, saying they're a physical team. The Knicks aren't built for that. And look what we did. We beat them in 6 games. So keep down in Knicks. Some people at ESPN saying Brunson is like a second, third option. If you're one of the most clutch players in the entire NBA, you're one of the best player performers in the NBA. How are you a second or third option on any other team? Yeah, he's not no Jason Tatum. He's not a Giannis. He's not a Wemby. He's not Jokic. But despite his size, he's averaging 30 points a game. Just because you're a small guard, that doesn't mean you're not built for NBA. Look at players like Russell Westbrook. I mean, he's athletic. But look at Isaiah Thomas. Look at all these players. Almost every guard that you grew up watching are short. Curry's short, and look how he is. He's the best shooter of all time. So, to all the people criticizing the Knicks, again, keep that same energy. And when we win, don't come back. Don't come back saying, oh yeah, I believe the Knicks would win. No, you didn't. I've been a Knicks fan for my whole life. And I'm going to keep all my faith on the team. No matter who we're playing, I'm still going to say it. The Knicks will win. That's all I got to say in today's episode. I got to give big shout out to the Knicks this whole season. We had a pretty bad losing streak. We won the NBA Cup. We've had some pretty bad games. But overall, it was a great, phenomenal season. Mike Brown, in his first season as a Knicks head coach, he has the most wins as a first season head coach. He passed Pat Riley, who had 51, and this season we got 53 wins. So shout out to the New York Knicks. Shout out to all the players. Good luck in the NBA playoffs. I'm hoping to see you guys in the NBA Finals in a month or two. This is Vigo Sports Talk. host of Vigo Talks Knicks. And I will see you next episode, Knicks fans. Peace. Let's go, Knicks.